Hey family, I know this is a little late, and the election was Tuesday. It was over, and we had the results like Wednesday. And this is to my dear sweet family in Texas. I want to say this first and foremost. A lot of y'all really hurt because Jasmine lost, and as you should be. You work hard in the campaign and you expected things to go your way. And I myself don't live in Texas, but I've worked a lot of campaigns. Hell, I even went to jail campaigning. Okay? But here's something that's important, and I don't want the young people to lose sight of this, because what I've been hearing from all across different circles, and I'm speaking of this as a parent of a millennial. Okay? Y'all don't, a lot of times, millennials, they don't want to hear what we got to say, because they're much more technically advanced than their parents. They think there's a different way to do it than their parents did it, and it may be. But for the most part, a lot of things don't change. It might maybe make something a little bit more convenient if you create something, but basically a lot of things stay the same, right? And I think one of the things that we forget is that the God in you, or the energy that represents itself as strength, sometimes and most times needs counsel. So that's why there's a scripture that says something like, I give the young man fire, and I give the older man wisdom. So we need each other. The older person needs the younger person to say, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't run your campaign like this in this area. I'm just saying, not trying to tell you what to do, but it's been my experience. And the younger person that has not been trained to think their elders don't represent anything that's beneficial to them, and there's a healthy respect, then they will come to them and say, what should I do with this? I'm not going to overlook you because you were here first. I need your help. I need your counsel. And the wiser person, the older person, is going to be glad. Okay? Because that's what they're there for. They know you got the energy. They know they can't match it. But you should come to me for counsel and let me give you my perspective. Okay? And that, between that and what you got shut up in your soul, should bring about a positive outcome. Because we are on the same page. And we fulfilling the prophecy. I'm going to take your energy and I'm going to give you my wisdom. I'm going to put it on you. And all the mistakes that I made and we made from the 60s or whatever, I'm going to bestow this upon you, because I'm used to running campaigns, been running them for 60 years or whatever the case may be. You can't leave them people out. And I'm going to tell you something else I've learned. The streets got to eat. So you got to put money in the streets. You have to. You have to be visible, and you have to have people working in campaign headquarters. And you can pay them $15, $20 an hour. So some of that money and them donations that you get in, you got to make sure. You got to make sure, if you want to be effective. And you have to have those yard signs. And I mean plenty. Okay? I mean plenty. Even if when you're going into an area that you know is predominantly for another candidate. Look, let me slap you $25 and see if you can get a few of your friends to put you get what I'm saying? On the lawn. And it gives the impression that, okay, this might be the majority of us like him, but there is some people that like them. So you have to work it from both angles. And I think older people, all we know is going door to door. We don't know nothing about the internet in terms of campaigning. And that's why our campaigns are more effective. We go to door. We knock on them doors. Be like, hey, I represent candidate so-and-so, or a certain district, whatever it could be. And these are the things, I want to know what you think we need in more that will take care of your needs. So far, in your community, I got this, blah, 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 blah. I'm reading, and I'm telling them. So what do you want to add to this? So we can bring these issues to the forefront and work on what we need to do. And usually when you come and meet people where they are, there's a certain amount of loyalty. There's a certain amount of love. Because the streets got to eat. You pay somebody to knock on them doors. Okay? And those things are important. And I'm not saying that Jasmine did or did not do that like she should have. But the consensus is more older people thought they could have been more involved. And they thought that there could have been more money on the ground. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say. Good race to you, Jasmine. And I know I believe you still got your congressional seat. I believe that. But I hope you run again. I hope you learn from your mistakes. And if you have, next time it'll be sweeter. Okay, we'll see you in the next video, y'all. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about what I just said about how Jasmine ran her campaign? Or what you think? Or if you think she did everything right, you think, hey, you don't need the older people, and the older people don't need the younger people. They don't need to emerge and become a strong bridge. I know that all I know is Willie Lynch said, you pit the old slave against the young slave. You make the old slave feel like I'm jealous of this little whippersnapper because he taking my shine. And then you need to get this young whippersnapper that says, I don't gotta listen to them. They don't know nothing. That's division. So you pit the old slave against the young slave. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Alright, if you like what you hear, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you in the next one.